Well, the essential makeup of this country is changing rapidly in the face of massive immigration over the past 50 years. How quickly is it changing? Well, a new report from the Center for Immigration Studies finds that as of last year, America contains 43.7 million immigrants. That's an increase of nearly 13 million since the year 2000. Since 2000, you remember 2000, not that long ago, 13 million new immigrants. Immigrants are now 13.5% of the population. That's the highest figure in more than a century. You may like it, you may dislike it, but it's a big deal. Stephen Camarota, Director of Research at the Center for Immigration Studies, he wrote that new report, and he joins us now. The first question is an obvious one, which is, no matter where you are on immigration, this is a massive deal. It's changing the country at the most basic level, and yet I don't ever see this reported anywhere. Why is that?
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, I mean, most of this immigration is legal. And remember, it's not the weather. It's something we can control. The immigrant population, you just ran through some of the numbers. Let me give you maybe with some more. The immigrant population has doubled since 1990, tripled since 1980, and quadrupled since 1970. Again, it's mostly legal. Illegal is in there, too, but it's mostly legal immigration. And we don't have the kind of national debate about this that we probably should. The impact is enormous. Let me just give you one. 1/3 of all the children in poverty today in America live in an immigrant household. About half of immigrant households receive some form of welfare. But again, we're not getting much discussion. All we ever get is, well, we have illegal immigration. Should we amnesty them? Should we not? But the bigger question of what number of people can we assimilate and what makes sense for our country is seldom ever asked.
And even more rarely asked is, what does the public want? It's their country. It belongs to American citizens. I don't see them being notified about this.
Right. In general, surveys show that the public likes the immigrants that they know, but they mostly think that the level is too high and that a lower level would help with incorporation of the immigrants, assimilation, and so forth. And I think so the public, on the one hand, likes the individuals but wants less immigration. But there are very few politicians who actually articulate that point of view.
That's how I feel personally. I've met very few immigrants I don't like. They're mostly great, but that doesn't mean that the policy itself makes sense. Quickly, what does this mean for our population going forward?
Yeah, very roughly, over the next 50 years, immigration is going to add maybe 100 or 105 million new people above what it would otherwise be without immigration. So that's roughly equal to
100 million?
Yeah, a little over 100 million. So that's roughly equal to the population of Great Britain and Canada together. All the projections show it. Census, Pew, my own, everybody kind of agrees about 100 million.
So out of a country of 320, that's a totally different country.
Right. It's adding a whole third to the population of what we currently have. And that has implications for the environment and traffic and congestion and pollution and sprawl. But again, very little discussion of just these basic numbers, which really are not in dispute.
No discussion. I mean, none that I ever hear. That's weird. You don't see it. Stephen, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Sure.